So when you train something to 0, you just get it at 0, I presume. You don't there's no.
Yeah.
Does that work? Or do you have to have 0 first? I thought you had to get 0 first.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I thought you had to go up through the ranks of them.
You do. Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
want, you'll have to go to 0 first. So you'll have to go from untrained to trained, and then trained rank 0 to 1.
okay, just so hypothetically, because I said I'd created a new character because I was expecting to dive with the psychers coming on board last time.
Yeah.
The character's actually got Jack of all trades 3.
Okay.
So the skills are at 0 because it negates the -3 penalty. So if I trained in a skill that I didn't have, but I was at 0, I'd still need to train it to 0 again, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you spent 8 weeks studying for something that I already knew how to do, and then another 8 weeks to take it to 1.
Well, no. Now you actually know how to do it, rather than just you think you know.
Yeah.
Zahadoom.
Did you have Lorian helping you, or because you'd have died otherwise, wouldn't you?
Zahadoom.
Oh, just very good.
Just. How did you get a +1 then?
Because I've got a training thing for this particular skill.
Oh, okay. There you go. Cool.
It's a good fucking job.
Yeah, you would have failed otherwise. Okay. Sorentar will join us if he's feeling up to it. I've messaged him. I don't know if he's going to join us. He's still having issues with his legs, so.
Fair enough.
Let me tell you, blokes of our age, we can discount evil because he's not our age. But blokes in 50 and above should not be climbing up mountains and breaking bones.
Nah.
I don't think you should be doing that in your 40s either, Sats.
Well, it's that magical cut-over point, isn't it, between 49, where things still heal well, and 50 where they don't heal well at all. Talking of which, I've got.
Because you're meant to be dead, gentlemen. As am I. I'm like, tribe elder right now, back in the day.
I saw something the other day. Just kind of talking about that. Do you know how lots of people kind of assume that in medieval times people only really lived to like their mid-20s or 30s?
They didn't. It was just average.
It was either you died at birth or you actually survived to your late 40s and 50s, which was, unless of course you were a soldier and you died in battle. But that's, people who lived out to, you either died at birth or. So yeah, you're right. It's averages. But everybody was a short ass in those days. Okay.
Still am.
No. Seaball wasn't with us last session. Let us recap. We didn't play last week, but the week before. So you had been invited aboard the Glisten Pearl to partake in some kind of conference that was hosted and created by the Captain of Knowledge, Aish, who you'd met at his museum much earlier on, several months previous. you spent a few days traveling the Akai system, out to one of the gas giants and the rings there, where the conference began, and you listened to a couple of lectures. Then the main event was Aish kind of telling you all that, or building up towards something to do with the poem / novel called Twilight Peak, and how he believed that he was building up to, telling you all these different things about this Twilight Peak, and he was building up to telling you he had discovered a hitherto unknown ancient site. You'd heard that there was one within sort of 250 parsecs of your location, which, given 250 parsecs is quite a big, vast piece of space. That's not unreasonable. However, before he got a chance to really dig into his theories and tell you exactly where it was, you were raided. Well, you were boarded by an elite secret organization belonging to the Imperium, known as Omicron Division. I keep wanting to say something else. Omicron Division, who went about interrogating you all to try and understand why you were there, what reasons you were invited, who was dangerous, who wasn't dangerous. After answering all their questions, a couple of things happened. Firstly, you witnessed Aish being arrested and taken away by Omicron Division, with him yelling that validated everything that he had told. He'd learned every theory that he had said about the ancients. This arrest validated. And then the second thing was you were effectively told that the cruise was over and that you were going to be put back ashore at Aki. On your way back, Vlem Beckett told you about Mercedes. That she, when you examined the notes and the information that Aish had in his quarters, you found that there was a bundle of papers that had actual real handwriting on them that seemed to be related in some way to the legends, the poem, the tale of Twilight Peak. And Vlen basically tells you that writing appeared to be the writing of Mercedes. There you go, done it again. Mercedes Karamaka. And he suggested that if you were up for it, that you should head to Respis to seek her out and warn her that Omnicom Division has been rattling the cages of a number of ancient hunters, and that she should be on the lookout for them to potentially go find her. You learned that she was located in the town of Respis on the planetary, or on the planet of Pagaton in the Pagaton system. I think it's the Pagaton system. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah. Yeah, I've written Glenn's friend needs to relocate from Respite on Pagaton.
Yeah. I've got far too many maps available for me. Give me a sec.
Well, that's all my training periods used until we get some more.
There we go. This is the one. There we go. Yeah. So you are currently in Pagaton, which is off in the outside of Imperial space. One sec. Yeah, sorry, just confirming that Sorenstar won't make it. He's not doing well at the minute. So, okay. Yeah. So you could find her in the town of Respis on Haggerton, warning her that Omnicron Division, as I say, is sniffing around ancient hunters, and she should probably consider whether it's time to move on. You agreed to do this, loading up your ship at Aki with a bunch of closed box goods that you could transport out to the Pagaton system, which you have done and had dropped them off at the spaceport. And then you were going to head down to Startown and figure out how to get to Respis. I don't know. Did you get to Respis last session?
Yes, we flew.
Yeah.
You flew. You flew in your grav car, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you arrive in Respis. Respis is a small town. Very much now appearing to be in a lot of disrepair. A lot of houses and buildings on the periphery have collapsed through decay, and my chair keeps sinking. I need to fix my chair. Collapsed through disrepair, disuse, and neglect. The houses that do seem to be lived in are a small fraction of the original footprint of Respis and the area around. But those appear to be kept somewhat in better condition, adding additional layers of insulation and other means to try and keep the snow and wind out. One of the things that you've contended with as you've driven from or flown on your grav car from the downport to Respis is the cold and the snow, at times blowing horizontal across your track and your path. As you kind of arrive sort of in so this is kind of like the main, this is all the main town. There is a railroad that runs through the town. What you'll have done essentially is followed that railroad track pretty much from the downport all the way out to Respis. It seems that the locals don't have sort of grav technology like yourselves, and rely on railroad to get them from the downport to outlying regions. It is indeed a bit like Snowpiercer, yes. The town itself lies about halfway up the side of a shallow valley, land rising more steeply to the northeast. A series of ridges lie to the east with the rail line running between them. Further up, a higher ridge to the northeast is partially screened by a scraggy forest of pine-like trees. The town sits partly sheltered by a ridge to the west, and the trains that you'll have seen will have had snow plows, so very much like Snowpiercer, snow plows, etc. on them. This building, as you approached, appeared to be derelict. This appears to be the working platform. Brief look, this appears to be some kind of granary, grain store, etc. If I remember rightly, or if you remember rightly, there were a number of belts and things that seem to be coming from here into here to bring stuff from the trains themselves. Again, as I say, that seems to be the primary way that things are moved into Respis. The north side of town, this area here, for the most part, appears to be very much abandoned. No real sign of life, no real sign of use. A lot of the buildings collapsed in, some entirely, some not so bad. And then this area here is the south side, where the majority of the inhabitants live. So, what do you do as you arrive into town?
I'm trying to think whether we had any other directions other than that they were in this town.
You didn't.
They haven't got the equivalent of a phone book type of thing with addresses or those stores called Mercedes.
Well, perhaps the local station personnel might know.
Yeah.
You just want to go to a bar,
Post-
don't you?
Is the equivalent of a post office.
Well, quite. That'll be, I would assume, be housed at the station, right?
Yes, it would be. Yes. Yep. Any kind of information records, etc., would most likely be at the station, unless there's a specific admin building. But this place is just not that. Doesn't seem to be that kind of place.
Can we find a suitable location, either like here or here, to put down near the station? I guess.
Yeah, you can find a place to put down near the station. That's not a problem. As you bring your grab vehicle to a halt and kind of set it down, several of the locals dressed in kind of big thick parkas, big hoods and things, kind of stop what they're doing and they look, and then they just kind of turn, sort of half shake their head, and then continue about their business, whatever that may be.
Well, that's a bit rude.
The welcome matches the climate. Yeah,
At least it's not a turn up with pitchforks or assault rifles or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Equivalent.
Doesn't appear to be, no.
Does there appear to be any kind of security or police presence type of thing that came to investigate?
No, not particularly. Law level 3, technology level 4. So machine guns, automatic rifles are prohibited. There's probably a couple of people that would act as police. There's probably a couple of security guards at the station. You're probably not going to see more than maybe half a dozen or so. Usual kind of thing. Okay. You come back and you find your wheels have been stolen. Yeah.
We don't use them, but they're just for landing on.
Come back to find your grab vehicle's been put up on bricks.
Better than your spaceship on bricks.
Better than your spaceship on bricks. That's true. Okay. You head into the building. The station is, as I say, it's functional. It does appear to have seen much better days. There is a wood-fired steam crane and conveyor belt system that seems to go from sort of platform level up to up beyond the building and out to the building behind. You notice around the foot of the conveyor belt at the station side that there are bits of grain and things scattered around. So the building itself has a couple of rooms that have kind of been kind of windowed off a door. But for all intents and purposes, this is kind of a mixture of timber frame and very, very light stonework, maybe brick, early kind of brick. Pushing inside, it is warm. There is a log fire burning in one corner and a man kind of hunched over a desk. A very, very old computer kind of sat by his side, and he kind of looks up. Yes, can I help you?
It's a very good question. Why am I getting nudged forward?
Because I think you're the only one that's got any kind of charisma, social skills.
I don't know what we're doing, so I'm like, I'm still confused since joining.
You've got social skills. I'm not thinking back to
A different game.
Shadowrun, am I?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Right, okay.
I mean, I'm not terrible as a baseline. Yeah, I will mention that we are looking for a resident, and we're wondering if they could help.
Off-worlders, are you?
That
Yeah,
obvious,
that's
is
right.
it?
Don't see many of his kind. Presume it's a him. Points to Aussie.
I am most definitely a him.
Shiko kind of looks slightly quizzically and then guesses. I guess it's him.
Do Varga work like Bungle? Go around naked during the day and put your pajamas on at night? Mercedes, you say? Nobody by the name of Mercedes here. Sure you're in the right place?
Yeah, we're pretty certain.
This is Dressmas, isn't it? But isn't it another one?
Yeah, this is Respis. Yes, this is Respis. No, we don't have no Mercedes. But you sure it's not Drea you want?
That name doesn't sound familiar. Karamaka.
Mercedes.
No idea. We just call her Drea. She's been known to have off-worlders visit her from time to time. Might be she knows this Mercedes that you're looking for?
That'd be helpful.
Well, follow the railroad out past to the south. Technically, this is the railroad is running east-west. Basically, he tells you to head to this building here.
Okay. Oh, much obliged. Anything we need to know about heading out that way?
Put warm if you're walking.
Got my vac suit on. It's good for minus 273 degrees Kelvin. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah. Just wrap up warm. Get yourself over there. If she's interested, she'll come and talk to you. If not a lot we can do.
I seem to remember it was a big set of buildings as we came in. Is it all of them or somewhere in particular in that little complex?
Well, she's at the whole place. That's the old maintenance. She said that's the old maintenance buildings. She'll be there.
Does she run them or live there?
live there. How are you going to do that? Nope. Yep.
I'll pay him in verbal. In fact, what I'll do is I'll sit on the floor, put my leg behind my ear, and lick my own bollocks.
While maintaining eye contact, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Does the Varga go around sniffing every other Varga that he meets?
Anyway, much obliged. We appreciate your help.
Well, be on with you and look after yourself. Don't stay out at night. It gets cold.
Yeah.
How cold is cold?
At the moment, you are about minus 20-ish.
That's all right.
Minus 20, minus 25.
My suit's good for minus 50.
Yeah, it's not so cold that your suits won't cope, but it is cold. It is very cold. Effectively, they have an ice age currently rolling through the planet. You're heading over?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, you drive the grab vehicle. Okay, so you jump in the grab vehicle and you kind of navigate the grab vehicle down onto the tracks and follow the tracks or follow the tracks along. The journey over to the maintenance yards is not far, a few hundred yards maximum. As you kind of get close, you notice that there is a figure in a vac suit stood, kind of arms crossed by one of the doors into the maintenance building, and it just kind of the figure just kind of watches as you approach.
So if he's up or to the side. No.
Okay, you pull the grab vehicle up, you find a place to park. All the while, this figure just passively watches you.
Well, they'll get out and go over and meet the guy.
As you kind of approach, the figure kind of puts a hand up and a female voice says, it's far enough, Varga.
I'm not Varga. I'm Aslanian.
Oh, you're Aslanian, aren't you? Sorry. Close enough, Aslanian. So I got it in my head you were a Varga. It's a dog person, isn't it? Dog person's a Varga and Aslanian's the lion. There you go. Yeah, Aslan, of course.
Yeah, I was thinking that he changed characters or something there, because I had it in my head that it was cat, not dog.
Yeah.
6'6" of cat.
6'6" of giant lion-shaped cat. Not like this little thing here, who's 2 foot nothing, made of death cat claws, but gums you to death now because he's got no teeth. What brings you to Respis?
Looking for some.
Who are you looking for? Hmm. Who sent you?
A gentleman called Vlen.
Did he know? So, why did he send you to meet with this Mercedes person? Hmm.
Do you know Mercedes?
I'm familiar with her, yes. And what's your relationship to Vlen?
A friendly acquaintance. Garnet.
The Garnet, you say? How? How come? How did you come by that? By the ship? Bernadetta, I believe, was the captain originally.
Blanca.
Well, you best coming out the cold, hadn't you?
Okay.
She just turns and goes over to the door that's behind her. The door kind of slides open and she kind of steps through.
Do I get the feeling somebody radioed ahead and told her we were coming?
You get the feeling she wasn't surprised to see you, yes.
Yeah.
You go inside what appears to be, as I say, a very large warehouse. There is some track that runs in to this kind of warehouse maintenance, and sat on this track, pointing to the east, so out the other way from where you've come in from the west, but pointing to the east is is a train with a couple of carriages attached to the back of it. The train itself has a very large plough on the front with what appears to be some strange tubes that kind of run up from the boiler area down to the front of this plough. Quite what for, you're not sure. But over to one side is what appears to be a building that's been built within the maintenance area, and it is to that area that she leads you. And you kind of head up inside, and she takes you to. Give me a second. She takes you into here. And she kind of gestures for you to take a sit. She sort of, as she comes in, she will take off her helmet, and you will see. No, I need to do it this way. Character artwork.
There'll be another deformed human, is it?
It's all right. She's all right.
Face like a smacked ass.
She takes her helmet off, and she kind of, as you all come in, she closes the door, and then you kind of feel the heat and things sort of immediately start to build up in the room. Please take off your vac suits, make yourself at home. We're fairly environmentally sealed in here, so this place will keep you warm.
Okay.
So what did Vlen want to tell me? She smiles at you. She takes your hand and she smiles. Indeed.
You knew we were coming?
I knew somebody was coming. I've known probably about 2 hours now.
That's when we arrived on planet, is it? And
No,
we landed
you'd have been about 2 hours ago. You were probably an hour outside of Respis.
okay.
She kind of rolls her eyes. At this point, she's sort of in the kitchen. She's sort of kind of fussing with like a coffee maker or whatever, making drinks and things. And she pauses as she listens to the tale. She looks over the shoulder. Aish, so-called captain of knowledge, captain of trouble, I think. He's a challenge to those of us who are more apt at our profession. So Omnicom Division sniffing around, eh?
Yeah, they picked him up.
Yeah, they questioned us all.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. The man has an ego the size of a small planet. He believes that every single thing that spouts out of his mouth, every theory about the ancients is the only possible theory. So what do you all think about the ancients? What was that? The poem. And did he tell you where that planet was?
Of course not. I don't think he knew.
She laughs at that. There's probably dozens of ancient sites within 250 parsecs of Aki. The man was just
he seemed
edgy.
reasonably confident.
But
I think he intended just to take the cruise there. To be honest. Right before he was taken, of course.
But he didn't tell anyone where it was, including the pilot of the ship.
Do you think he know? Did he tell Omnicom Division? Do you think?
Wouldn't know.
They're a slippery bunch. They are.
Would it be so bad if they knew where it was? It's not really their area of business.
Well, that's where they like to make you believe that is the case. Unfortunately, quite the opposite is true. They look after the interests of the Empire, protecting against any and all threats, both from within and from outside. The ancients they see as a potential resurgence of a threat from a time gone. Yes.
Would that be such a terrible thing?
It depends whether they stop at using it against the ancients or not. if the ancients are back, which I have reason to believe might be the case, then they, the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, is not really true in the sense of Omicron division. I would rather say the enemy of my enemy is a co-belligerent, nothing more. They're bound to use people like you and me, spit us out after we've proven to be no longer of any value to them. They take artifacts where they find them, and they are not always honorable about how they honor any agreements that they make with you.
You had any run-ins with them before? You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I have I wouldn't say I've directly run into them. Partly why I've been here for the last 30 years is to avoid the likes of Omnicom Division. As you'd have seen, the planet isn't exactly on the main routes, and it is somewhat of a backwater. You've probably arrived here with more technology at your disposal than exists on the entire planet, outside perhaps of Starport. And she kind of gestures to her house. My house, of course. Can I interest you in food?
That would be appreciated.
She
been shipboard for the last couple of months.
Well, fare here is okay. It is not the best. I have some local meats and grains, cheeses, some breads. Not much beyond that. Simple affair, but
yeah, I'm tasting Brand's ration packs.
So the garnet. Tell me, how did you come by it? Oh. And how is Sorrel?
You're going to detect a bit of a theme with us, love.
the Empire Cities Travelers.
Yeah. Benedetta was dead before we got there. Sorrel, not so much.
At least that's our story, anyway.
Yeah. Bad shit.
She kind of waves her hand for a second. So Sorrel, so Benedetta and her crew are dead.
Yes.
What happened?
We don't know. Blanca.
The planet was Caledon. No. The planet was McIntyre. So it was Callia. Planet of Callia, and it was McIntown was this town that you went to.
Yeah, just found it.
Strange.
Blanca.
Interesting.
Okay.
Blanca. Hmm. And you say Sorrel, is she with you?
Something like that. Yes, they're good.
Hmm. It's strange.
Have we still got Sorrel's journal?
We will have, yes. But I would imagine it's still on your ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember whether it was in code and we were trying to decipher it or whether we just kept it. I've just got.
You kept it.
But case 12, will it be proven to be true? But I can't remember why.
So case 12 was one of several scenarios that she had been running that was effectively modeling what would happen if the rods were were made to grow during the planet's
perihelion.
going through perihelion, and whether it would destroy the planet.
Yeah, well, it was proven to be true then.
Yes.
So I don't need to keep that bit.
Correct. She kind of listens to all of this while she sort of sits and picks over some food. This kind of reinforces the fact that I do believe that the ancients, either directly or indirectly through puppets, cells, pose a resurgent threat. I don't believe that they disappeared completely, despite what the Empire might have us think. I think they're out there somewhere, hiding, doing things incomprehensible to us. The ancients, I think, were a mixture of ordinary people, very much like ourselves, that had access to incredibly wondrous technology. The society may be analogous to modern imperial life, but with the average person being the equivalent of customer service or retail, and then the higher ones, the people that sat at the top, much like the emperor and his advisors, chief scientists, were the ones that really understood much of the technology and much of the things that the ancients are known for. like anything, there is always some clever people amongst ourselves. So, back to the Omnicom division. They're a necessary evil, I believe. They are not perfect. They're an imperfect division that's part of an imperfect imperium, but they do give us some level of opposition to prevent mankind being enslaved by arrogant gods, because their technology levels will be way above anything that we have ever encountered before.
So what happened to the ancients to get them to disappear in the first place? Was there a conflict? Were they overthrown, or do we know that they were hostile?
I don't really know that we've ever figured out what happened to them. And there are some that believe that they just grew so big that eventually they became bored or fed up with what they were doing and so just allowed themselves to fade away. Others believe that they had some kind of internal civil war that led to many of the ancients regressing in their technological powers as they spread across the universe, across the galaxy. Me, I suppose I figure more towards the civil war and regression than anything.
But even if that was the case, you would still have an element of the ancients that would maybe have hidden away as a pocket to retain their intellectual superiority rather than regressing.
Yes, there would always be some pockets that did that, though. Like I said, we haven't seen any sign of the real ancients for a long time. I suppose the closest we came was Twilight Peak.
And nobody knows for certain where that actually was.
I do.
Seriously, you know where Twilight Peak was set?
Of course, I wrote it.
Ah.
The story is real. Of course, I changed a few things here and there to protect the innocent. She chuckles at herself. Me and my crew, we found a functional ancient's base. We entered it. We observed wonders, retrieved a few artifacts, and then we left. Do you know? I think it's time I went back.
Well, we could certainly give you a lift if need be.
Is it safe? How much of the danger that was in the poem was real?
Oh, the danger is very real, my friend. The danger is very real. Is it safe? Absolutely not. But a little bit more data, understanding more of the pattern, I think will help us unravel the mystery. Where they are, when will they return? And if, as you say, Omnicom Division might be sniffing around looking for some of the more interesting and knowledgeable ancient hunters, perhaps it's time
To get one step
we got
ahead.
ourselves out. Yes.
Yeah, and I do think this time, if you go back with us, we hopefully won't have the stress you had the first time you went there. Because if your story is
Valen
accurate,
did seem concerned for you.
Well, let's hope that that is the case.
and as you've been to this ancient structure once before, you will know the way to get in safely, hopefully.
Of course. So, have you figured it out yourselves? Did you not figure it out? Did you read Twilight Speak?
Figure out what the location, or
Yes.
no, I don't think I have read Twilight Speak.
Did I not
I-
share it?
You shared it, but it was read to us, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
did read it to you. I thought I'd copied and pasted it. Doesn't look like I did. Hang on, where's the journal? Did I put it in the
Silver
journal?
domes in the mountain, bridge of light, great door.
No,
floor
I didn't.
glowed
Damn.
orange, and somebody lost a finger.
Somebody did lose a finger. Yeah. I'll cut and paste it and share it with you. Okay. She kind of she looks at you, she says, come on. Remember it with me.
Sorry, the pages were stuck together.
it was read to us by Aish, so we didn't take much of it as seriously as we should have done, maybe.
Yeah, obviously. Ancient stony spike, cold stars beyond, eternal light on your face, limitless dark behind, big mountain, Lydia, Twilight Zone. You can't miss it.
Oh, it's Lydia, isn't it then?
Of
There-
course.
There's actually a system called Lydia.
There is.
Well, that's all we
Of
needed.
course.
Shiko pulls a gun out, shoots him.
She does, yes.
Do you really want to do that? Because she's still wearing her vac suit apart from her helmet.
Shoot in the
Because
head.
if you do that, she'll raise her wrist and shoot you with a disintegrator at point blank range. Her weapon is freaking awesome. So, you fancy a trip then, do you, my friends?
Oh, I think we started this
why not.
journey a long time ago. We weren't too sure about it, but I think it'd be wrong to not finish it to the end.
Participate in the unraveling of the mystery of the ancients.
Indeed. I want to know what killed my friend Sorrel. What drove her to this madness?
Mysteries
him.
of the ancients.
Points at the person that blew her away. It was him.
Carver sat quietly in the back. Well, so the plan then is quite simple. I feel like an extended holiday, and I think I will holiday on Lydia in the ancient's base. Take some time to research further, gain a bit of control of its systems. You never know if Omnicom Division come knocking, they'll find a fully functional ancient's fortress.
A fully functional
Not a fully
Star
fun-
Destroyer.
Not a fully functional Star Destroyer.
Well,
And if
depends
the
what else they
ancients
could do.
return, and if the ancients return,
Something ancients.
then they'll find that their fortress is held against them. Yourselves, you can come and go as you please. I can't really pay you, other than there will be artifacts and items at the base that you'll be more than welcome to take and sell them on the black market for quite a tidy sum.
Well, as long as you don't mind us picking up some freight on the way there to make ends meet, I'm sure we can oblige.
You'll struggle to take freight from here, my friends. Did you not see the state of the starport?
It's some solid water.
Yeah.
That's about it. Ice.
Yeah.
Oh. There we got it.
Do we know how far away Lydia is?
Lydia is
Not
map.
250 parsecs.
Back the way we
Wrong
came,
map.
isn't it?
1 second. It's the wrong map. That's the other map. Lydia's not on here, is it? You need the bigger map because the bigger map has everything tied together. Give me.
Yeah, it's just there.
2 stops away.
It's 2 stops away. It's not that far. Not that far at all.
Is that a week of jump or something?
It's
That's
a week
one
of
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 jump. Yeah.
That's not a problem then.
She
Yeah,
pauses for a second and picks up a tablet. Interesting. What ship did you say you were on with the conference?
It was
the
oh god, glistening
no,
pearl.
that's not.
Was it the glistening pearl?
Yeah, the glistening pearl.
Yeah.
She taps away on her computer and she kind of looks up at you. Seems like the Glisten Pearl has just entered orbit and has launched a subordinate craft heading for the downport.
Of this planet.
ETA, yes. ETA 2 hours.
In which case, let's get moving back to our ship. In that case, it should be less than 2 hours back to the starport, isn't it? Back to the downport. Sorry.
Are they trying to take our ship?
Nice to get here.
This Glisten Pearl is an Omnicrom Division asset.
Oh, that's not the same ship we were on, was it?
Yes,
Unless
it was.
they've commandeered it, haven't they?
No, she says, looking at you. Not commandeered. They own it.
So
It
the
was
whole
a trap.
conference was a setup then.
Seems that was the case. Omnicom Division sniffing around at the ancient hunters to figure out if anybody knew anything for real.
Which means that Aish might have been a plant.
Yeah.
Be a member of them.
Maybe he's been compromised.
As far as we know, he could have worked for them all along.
She taps again on her console. Chatter from the starport suggests that the launch is bypassing both the starport and downport. Approximate trajectory is Respis.
It's time to get out of here.
Ever get the feeling you've been?
Well, I guess we need to get moving.
Yep. Vac suits on.
Can you arrange for? Well, actually, our grab ship can do orbital. Have you got a vac suit?
She smiles and she kind of looks at the rather nice figure
She's got one, yeah.
hugging suit that she's wearing, and she nugs.
Might need a helmet.
She has a helmet. A helmet is on the Is on the table.
Well, let's gear up. Get out of here.
It's not that simple. There's a couple of things I need to do before we go. I suggest that you make haste back to your ship, get off planet, and head to Twilight's Peak. I will join you there as soon as I can. While she's saying this, she's tapping away on her computer.
Okay, just so we know you're not being compromised, so we know it's you. Can you use a passcode of just say Sorrel as your passcode?
Of course, that would be fine. I can do that.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather come with us? We can offer some protection at least. Perhaps even delay them.
No.
Sneak you out of here.
It's fine. I've got transport to my own ship.
We're probably in her ship now.
No, you're not.
No, it's just train.
It's the grain silo.
Okay. That's right.
Lid lifts off.
About 15 miles east of here, the train track runs into a mountain. My ship is there.
Ah.
Who are you?
She smiles at you. She says, I'm Mercedes Karamaka, although my current incarnation here is Drea Alinea.
Not quite sure we know what we've gotten into, but
She's pretty hardcore.
So I'm expecting her ship to be something like the Thunderbird 1 with all these
Is
hidden
the
locations.
mountain like pyramid shaped?
Yeah,
No.
it'll be.
Do her eyes glow on occasion?
She's going to teleport like a drone.
No, she's not going to teleport like a drawing. She does not have teleportation capability.
Sorry, not drone.
Okay, with that, so she'll pick up a helmet and she puts a helmet on and she nods to each of you and sort of says, "It's going to get cold momentarily. I'll be back in a few moments." And she disappears out of where she is. Hold on.
Yeah. Helmet back on.
Out of here, and she wanders off. After about 2 or 3 minutes, there is a sudden there's a flickering of the lights, and then everything goes off and the place plunges into darkness.
Yeah,
My
vaccine
military
is
background,
on.
does it look like she's covering a...
Say again, bud.
From my military background, does it look like she's covering a...
Yes, it looks like she is definitely covering her tracks.
This place is going to go bigger, bada boom.
She comes.
Is she like going anywhere in particular? Because like
Let's go to a
Well,
mountain.
probably onto her train, and then that's going to
She's-
take us to the ship.
Yeah, so she's gone. She'll have gone down the corridor to here, and then into this room here, and then if you're following her, which she's not going to stop you doing, when she gets into here, which appears to be her bedroom, she goes over to the back wall and she pulls her glove off and places a hand on. It doesn't look like there's anything there, but you see it kind of glow, and then the thing slides open and she steps inside. She then will basically disconnect a small object about this kind of size, and it's at that point that all the power goes off.
Oh.
a generator.
Yes. She kind of looks at you as she kind of comes back, carrying this sort of device. She said, I believe this is some kind of antimatter battery. I rescued it from Twilight's Peak. Not sure how much energy is left, but I don't want others to get their hands on it.
Makes sense.
Do you think it was used to power the part of the facility there? You mentioned a fortress.
Yes. Part of it, at least.
Are you intending to take it with you, or do you need us to facilitate that?
I'll take it with me.
Okay.
Damn.
Anything you want us to take?
No. I have pretty much everything I need.
Right.
Chico was going to retire early by selling this antimatter battery. Just,
We'll see you on Twilight.
The cost in the book is listed as priceless.
yeah, well, quite, yeah, exactly. That's what I was. Do you know what? I'll see you later.
Yeah, this is where you sell it and then you're never seen again because they kill you off.
Nah,
I don't know if I got a picture.
I'm retiring in my own star system.
No.
Yeah.
Her suit, her vac suit, her environment suit as well is not an environment suit that you've ever kind of seen before. So it's very fairly figure hugging, but when you look at it, it seems to shift between grey, greenish color, and a bluish color. Kind of moves between those kind of colorings every so often, and it does so in a fairly uneven and unpredictable way. There's no kind of pattern to how it changes.
Is it as she's walking past an item of similar colours? It's not like a chameleon suit.
No, it's not like a chameleon suit. No, it just changes. She says, well, she consults her notes again. The inbound ship is about 25, 30 minutes out. I suggest, friends, we part ways.
Indeed, we'll see you in system.
See you in a week or so.
Before you go,
Stop interrupting us.
before you go, she says, well, as she kind of leads you out towards the outside, when you come out back into the maintenance building, you can see that the train that was sat is now all lit up and is starting to basically it's lit up and is kind of sat there under power waiting to move.
Is Tom Hanks in the front?
Tom Hanks is definitely in the front, yeah. She will explain to you that she says, look for the tallest mountain, an ancient stony spike. Eternal light on your face, limitless dark behind. You get in through fissures at the base of the mountain, land in the crater, head directly towards the tallest peak. And take this, and she just throws over to Ozzy a small reddish purple gem.
Do I recognise it at all? The purple.
Never seen it before. At all.
Any environmental hazards we should be aware of?
There are plenty, she says. Just follow the instructions, get in, land in the crater, walk towards the base of the mountain, find the crags and the fissures, use that to gain entrance.
So it's like a key.
She nods. That is my assumption, for it allowed us to gain entrance and leave the last time we were there.
Does it look anything like the ones that we've got?
Similar kind of size, but a different color. It's not a color that you have ever really seen before. It's not as big as the gem you found with Sorrel. You found a bigger one, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got that.
It's roughly the same size as the other smaller one that you had.
That's what's in my pocket.
Yeah. So we need
It's
to
not the same colour as my ring, is it?
It's not the same color as your ring now.
No.
Not about to go comparing those things. So.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Yep.
All right.
Before they arrive and take us into custody.
You head back out of the western door to where your grav car is. Up in the sky in the distance, you can see something glinting off the pale sun, heading roughly in the direction of the of Respis. Behind you, you hear another door open, and momentarily, the sound of a train starts to move and head outwards. Glancing over your shoulder as you do, you watch as this big train, big engine pulling these two wagons, kind of moves out and then steams off down the rail to the west. Sorry, to the
Moving.
east.
That's a few minutes out at best.
Okay. Who can drive a grav car, and who can drive a grav car fast?
Let's have a go.
And not after last time.
Okay.
Really, I am like a lot better in a grav vehicle than you are.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because you've got it as well.
Okay. Brent, you jump into the grav car and you hit what you think are all the start buttons, and nothing happens. The vehicle just sits there, like not moving, just. doing nothing.
Ashiko gives a dry cough.
Oh,
Aside.
Everything goes white as we hit hyperspace.
Yeah. Sliding, kind of almost sitting on.
I did spend a couple of years like in grav drop ships doing that for a living.
Yeah. You kind of push Brent to one side, make him squeeze up against the side of the grav vehicle, and you flip all the switches and hit the on button, and immediately the car rises, and you can kind of turn it and head sort of out back towards Respis. Are you going to follow the tracks, or are you going to try and cut across country? Bear in mind, everything looks kind of white and everything looks very ragged and rugged
I
from the
think
terrain.
follow the tracks till we through I say rest off them, but it's not.
Rest off.
Yeah, until we're through the town, and then break off and try to retrace our steps that we came last time. Just
Who's good with navigation? Is there a navigation skill or is a navigation skill? So that's going to get tested pretty hard.
mine's Astro.
Yeah, I don't have navigation.
Anybody have navigation?
No.
Closest I've got is survival.
Yeah, I got survival.
I can manage a 0 skill level check for navigation
You're perfect
with
then.
probably +2.
I'll tell you what. Let's give Ozzy. Give me a survival roll first, and then we'll go from there.
Oh wow!
Beautiful. Okay. Chain bonus 2. Okay. Give me your navigation roll, but with a chain bonus of +2 applied.
Is anyone else good at navigation, or is probably me the best bet?
You definitely got -3.
I got minus
Yeah,
3.
Brent's also minus. Sorry, Carver's also -3.
Okay, so I effectively can load this at skill level 0 as I load my navigation software. I don't know how to do that in the interface, though. I guess effectively had a +5 bonus because I'm -3 otherwise.
Yeah, I think so. That'll do for now. That works for now.
Not
That
great.
does work.
It does work, man.
Okay. You push yourself, you head off down following the tracks to one side of the tracks, but kind of keeping the tracks in sight. Ozzy points to a couple of sort of clefts in the ridges that you're traveling. Marcus kind of nods and agrees to kind of head in that direction. And as you kind of pass through that cleft, you hear the sound of engines overhead, and you see coming in above you this moderately sized launch. This launch kind of come down,
Good shout, Ozzy.
heading towards the to Respis. Behind you, as you kind of continue to travel in that westerly direction, you can see, up to the point where you lose sight of Respis and you lose sight of the sky above Respis. You can watch as this launch kind of circles around a couple of times, clearly looking for somewhere to land. And then it disappears, and the sound of the engines from the launch kind of die right down. You continue westwards, traveling at a decent speed back towards the downport, where you can pick up your ship.
Indeed. I think we'll pay whatever fees we have at the port and then get straight on board.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they would have had time to refuel us, will they?
Probably not. It takes you a full day to refuel your ship, and you've not been here a full day. You've probably been here. It's probably dark by now, but you've not been here a full day.
Been here about 12 hours, probably.
Yeah.
They've part refueled it. I mean, half tanks is better than nothing.
Half tanks is better than nothing. Half tanks will get you at least one jump out if you need to.
Yep.
I don't think hanging around is.
We can always find an ocean to dip into.
Now, your problem is if there's nothing here. So you would probably need to travel to Binges to refuel, and then and then you're in trouble because your jump range is not amazing. So what's the plan?
We'd have to go around the houses, wouldn't we?
Don't need a map.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't share this with you, did I?
So we can take on unrefined fuel. Is there a water source here on planet that we could use?
There is. It's very icy. So when you get to the downport, the downport shares space with what appears to be a traditional harbour. There are some vehicles that are vehicles. There are some boats that are designed to kind of try and keep the harbour clear of water, of ice. Though it does look like they are losing that battle. So a lot of the area out to sea where the downport and the harbour sits is very much frozen. But you've got a source of fuel there if you need it.
Or we could go Binges, Callia, Windsor, Vice, and then to Lydia. That's like a month journey, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Or you can go Binges, Tarkeen, Foreen, Lydia.
Yeah.
Do we know it's that foreign?
No, we've
You've
not
never been
there.
to Foreen.
But do we know if it has a starport?
It has a D-class starport. So that big number D, that is the starport rating.
Clutter.
So a D is it's a poor starport. It's not a great one. So D will not have refined fuel. So
Well-
D will be poor in terms of quality, very limited repair, and it will only have unrefined fuel.
In terms of what we've currently got on, I thought we had I thought it was the same fuel, irrelevant of how far you jump up to your jump distance.
Yeah, it's the same fuel. It's just you need refined or unrefined fuel. From memory, you get a penalty to your jump if you're using unrefined fuel.
Bigger chance of a missed jump, and it
That's right,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So
Have we got onboard facilities to refine our own fuel, though?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do have the ability to refine your own fuel.
Well, we can spend 24, 48 hours just refining our fuel and then jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good question then. At full capacity, how many weeks of jump can we get in our reserves?
Your reserves are, I want to say 20 ton or 40 ton, and you need all 40 no, that's not right. Hang on, let's have a look. Effectively, on a full tank of gas, you can do one jump.
Oh, okay. That's problematic then.
One jump of 2 squares.
Who
jump
designed this?
One jump of 2 parsecs.
Yeah.
Who designed this ship?
I'm looking for your ship. I'm trying to find your ship. The Garnet. There it is.
So we found somewhere on this planet
No, that's not what I want
to use unrefined. How long would it take to fill?
Jump 1, it says on here.
Hang on.
Got jump drive J2, but I don't understand the fuel and the bit on the left-hand side of the Garnet.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the Garnet. I can't find it. What have I done with it?
It's in
the characters.
The PCs section.
In the PC section.
It's one of the. It's an actor.
Yes. Okay, so you have a maximum of 20 tons of fuel. Each jump of 1 parsec consumes 10 tons of fuel. So effectively, you can jump 2 times 1 or 1 times 2. Your J drive rating of 2 is the maximum you can jump in a single jump.
So you say we're half fueled then?
So at the moment you would be
jump.
half fuel, which will give you 1 parsec.
So bingle then.
So it's binges, not bingo. Bingle, yeah, it's binges.
Binges, yeah.
Would be the safest place to jump. Yes.
How do fuel scoops work then? Because we've got fuel scoop.
Well, we had Carver do that, didn't we? He dropped the ship into the ocean to load up some of the fuel.
Yeah. You've scooped water before now. Agaton, hang on, I haven't put it there. Let's have a look. So here's Pagaton. So this is 3 gas giants, 1 planetoid belt, 11 other worlds. So you can go to the gas, you could fly to a gas giant and you could scoop unrefined fuel from the gas giant. Then you could spend 24 hours converting that to refined fuel and then you could jump.
Saves time on all the other. Going to another place.
Binges, fuel up. Tarkin, fuel up. Maybe then Taurine.
Oh,
theoretically,
no, we don't need to fuel up.
I don't mind the gas giant, but what happens if the Omnicron's bloody big ship spots us and decides to come looking for us?
There is that problem.
Yeah.
If we use the fuel scoop, we can go literally fuel it up and then jump straight to Lydia. We don't need to go all around the houses. We just fill it up with unrefined.
Are we intending to hang around in system scooping fuel while these guys are looking for us?
Well, if they're down on the planet, we go to the other side of the star to fuel up.
Okay.
Do you think there's any way we can do that and go undetected?
That's my worry, because let's face it, Mercedes, while she was stood with us, saw the ship coming system. And that's pretty damn good.
She's got some of that ancient technology, hasn't she?
Mm.
She has indeed. So, choices. And while you're thinking about your choices, let's take a quick 10-minute break. I need to stretch my legs and get a drink.
Yeah, I'll get a drink.
the lady that's kind of sat behind the desk. She kind of looks at you. She says, "What exactly are you looking to take from here?"
What have you got? Doesn't seem to be a lot here. Even mail will do.
Hang on. R-I-P-H. R-I-P-H. Rich. Okay. P-H. I want P-H.
What's for it?
P-H-L-T. Low tech. No idea what PH means.
Phosphates?
No. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. So I'm looking at the trade codes at the back of the book. So if you notice on Pagaton, it has RIPHLT. So RI is rich. PH, I don't know what it means, and LT is low tech. PH. Yeah, no, it's not listed on the book. It must be something weird. It must be something strange. No clue. Okay.
Pretty high. There's a post someone was asked, so they found some codes that don't relate to anything. There's a few of them. There's PH is pretty high. The world is candidate for elevation to the high population trade classification. Its population level is just below the requirement for high.
Okay, so those tech codes then are in the world creation book, which I don't have easy access to, and they're a pain in the backside. Probably in one of those books. Anyway, so that doesn't help you. So what does the book say about Agaton in terms of... Because all it says is that it specifically says that there is not a lot of freight, if anything, that can be taken from here.
Yeah, but it's got resources, for abundance. So that implies that...
Yeah, the world has abundant resources. It's just an icebox, and nobody wants to extract them.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, we don't need to do a lot of research into this because we're not doing the job anyway, are we?
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that bothered about taking anything.
So literally leave it as, okay, no problem. We don't worry about it. We go to Melia anyway. I'm sure there's something good to pick up there.
What we take 20 tons of blocks of ice and then refine it.
A rush ice
fuel.
cube order to Melior.
Yeah, there's our fuel. Big blocks of ice.
And some candles we can set around it to melt it.
So the woman kind of looks at you depreciatingly, and she sort of says, unfortunately, we don't have any resources that you can export off planet. So I can't help you there, I'm afraid. Perhaps traveling to Melior will allow you to pick some freight up there, she says, looking at you.
Possibly. Oh, thank you for your time anyway.
She nods. Goes back to whatever she was doing on her very low-tech computer.
And just in case she didn't hear us, we're going to Melior.
Is she playing solitaire?
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper. She's an intellectual, no doubt.
But it's a really, really slow minesweeper.
Yeah.
Wait.
On the equivalent of Windows 3.1.
Oh.
Maybe Millennium Edition, I don't know.
Yeah, Millennium Edition would be slower because it was horrible.
Man, I remember Millennium
Nobody's
Edition.
got that.
It was garbage.
Yeah, it's like install it 2 days later, uninstall it, go back to 98.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we need to talk to the fueling guys and say, can you get us all, buttoned up, and we need to get out of here. Family emergency, Don't worry about the other half fuel. We understand you've already procured it and lined it up. It's fine. Keep the payment.
Whatever you say, sir. All right, unhook it. And several of the crew members kind of shut it down, and they start to pull the hoses and the pipes off your external fuel connector. You've got about 2/3 of a tank there. Hopefully it'll get you where you're going.
We'll make Melior. Jump drive's efficient enough.
He looks at you like, no idea where that is.
Doesn't matter. It's whether anyone asks him.
They just wander off back to taking the hoses and things with them.
Right.
Clearing. You can kind of hear the sirens go off as to tell everybody to kind of clear the pad so that you can depart.
Yeah, get Carver to put in a flight plan to Melior.
Do we need to register a flight plan?
No, not usually.
Let's not do anything unusual over and above what we've already done.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Carver eases the ship up into orbit.
Oh, does this actually come down? Does it the Garnet? Is it
Yeah. The Garnet is a
atmosphere capable? It's not streamlined, is it? But
it is streamlined. The Garnet should be streamlined. Positive, it's streamlined.
It is. It's like a.
I thought it was. Yeah.
It's like a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So the Glisten Pearl, do we know where that is in relation to?
Give me a sensor check.
Ooh.
who's good with sensors? Can't remember whether I've got a computer sensor or not.
I've got a +1 in it.
I have a +1 in it, and then whatever stat it is.
Education.
Yeah, I've got +1 with the education. So
I've got 3 total.
yeah, you're ahead of
I'm a
me.
gun monkey, so I don't have sensors.
You don't need to know where you're shooting.
Yeah, you just need to know that you're shooting. Okay.
And you've got to be able to go pew, pew, pew.
Give me your sensor roll.
I mean, that's a pretty good roll.
You're rolling well. The Pearl is sat in high orbit, probably 5,000 clicks from the high port. Sort of sat just in a standard orbit around the planet.
A geosynchronous orbit.
That's the word I was looking for. Yes. Keeping itself roughly in line with where Respis would be, to make it easy for the shuttle to come up and down.
And the missiles.
So we could leave the planet, go into orbit with the planet in between us to block them actually seeing where we.
We're doing quite a bit of atmo flying, right?
That would be quite a bit of atmosphere flying, yes. But nothing that Carver can't pull off.
Okay, we can leave
It's
the
just
planets
whether it's unusual or not to do so.
Because we'd be on
There is
sensors.
very little space. There is very little space traffic. You reckon you are probably one of less than 3 dozen ships in the vicinity.
Because I guess we haven't bumped into them. They haven't bumped into us.
Yeah, but they know the Garnet, don't they?
They do know the gun.
Do they? Because we
Yes.
weren't on the Garnet when we were on their ship.
You were not on the Garnet when you were on their ship, no.
But we did
That
tell
was
them
on
that
plan.
the only reason
did
we were at
tell
the
them.
bank. Yeah, we told them. Yeah.
The only thing about kind of leaving Threatmo and going to the other side of the planet before we come up and out is it's super sus, right?
It is.
Unless we
Um,
were
Well, what
flying
we could
somewhere
do
else on
is
the planet.
plot a course for binges straight away, and then just if they hail us, just gun it out.
Yeah.
If they don't hail us, just go to a gas giant to see what we can do.
I go with that.
Step. You want to do that, do you? Okay, give me. Let's have a look. Oh, let me do it.
I just figure 100 tons of shit flying throughout Mo might be quite visible.
Yeah. And it's a bit dodgy, like you say. Why are they going over there? Let's keep an eye on them.
Is there anything particular? So, is there anything particular that you want Carver to do then? Just come straight out on a normal sort of
trajectory.
exit,
Yeah.
a normal trajectory.
Yep, but be ready to
Gun it if need be.
Yeah.
if need be, while we already start making jump calcs.
Yeah. Fly out
Okay.
and then
Because it's
put the
not like
planet in
dusting
between
crops,
us
is it?
and then take a roundabout route.
All right. Bear in mind, you have unrefined fuel. Can I get astrogation check, please?
With a +2, is that?
It is no. It is just a straight up. Hang on a second. Where are you plotting your jump to?
Binges.
Okay, so it's an astrogation check that's based on an easy 4+, but with a -1 DM, please.
Where's astrogation? There's astrogation.
It's that one.
Very nice.
Okay. Gives you a chain boost. Okay.
Great job, Brunt.
Give me a D6 times 10, please.
I've really like inappropriately taken the captain's share.
6 times 10.
I'm just like falling into captain like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that didn't work.
You're Navy.
50.
Ground pounder.
It takes you 50 minutes to plot the jump.
So we've got 50 minutes of keeping an eye on the glisten pearls to see whether it's reacting to us.
Well,
or
more importantly, you've got 50 minutes to. I mean, you've still, for your safe jump, you've got to get 100 diameters outside of the
Gravity well.
gravity well. Yeah. There is a calculation, and I have no freaking clue how to do the calculation. Where did it go?
Let's say it's 50 minutes.
The ship is 11,200, so you need to go 100 times that. So what's that? 1.1 million?
Oh, on the plus side, theoretically, the glisten's a lot bigger, right? So it has to go further.
No.
No?
No. Yeah, you need to get to about 1.12. So, a ship can only safely jump when it is more than 100 diameters distance from any object larger than the ship. It isn't tied to the size of the ship itself. So you effectively need to get about 1.1 million kilometers away from the ship, what is the G in your ship?
Stands for great.
Thrust is 2.
You are 2G thrust. So that will take you 236 minutes, roughly speaking, to transit that distance.
So a couple of hours.
So after, it's about 2 hours, isn't it?
4 hours.
4 hours. After the first 50 minutes of kind of plotting your course, you effectively then have another sort of 3 or so hours of just traveling in a fairly straight line to get away from the or to get into the safe zone for jumping. Do you wish to do anything else whilst you're doing that, or is it just a case of squeaky bum, get there, see if the glisten pearl
Just act
notices
normal.
you? Okie doke.
How do we know how sensors work? Like for the glisten to keep an eye on us, if there's planetary objects like moons or anything in the way, would it block the sensors? Or I'm thinking just so that they don't know where we've gone.
Okay, so all spacecraft have advanced sensors that allow them to spot potential threats and items of interest from possibly thousands of kilometers distance. They have limited automatic operation, but as always, it requires a human present to actually interpret the information. Under normal circumstances, an electronic sensors check is all that's required to detect and identify a target that has moved into range. And then it depends on the type of sensor. So you're going to be at distant in terms of range. Let me have a look at what the glisten has on it.
So once we get out of sensor range, we can go anywhere we want and they won't know.
Yeah, we don't have to be hiding many planets because then we have to be a distance away from that planet as well.
Yeah.
The glisten sensors are those.
Let's just literally act normal and just get out of here. In fact, let's jump into life pods, jettisons ourselves, and then they'll think it's just droids running the thing. No life forms. That's fine.
Interesting. I don't think the glisten pearl can actually see you. And you can't see it. So for you to have spotted the glisten pearl, what sensors do you have on your ship? Do you know?
Basic.
Basic.
Yeah, basic.
Yeah.
Tech level 10 basic sensors.
Yeah, see, there might not technically be basic sensors. But let me just have a quick look. Basic sensors.
Yeah, according to this, we've also got a turret with on here, which
it's got no armament. We have got a turret.
You have a turret.
Have
it just doesn't have a weapon in it. You have to buy the weapon separately.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just looking for ship operations. Let's have a look. Okie doke.
In the turret, you've got Ozzy just going pew 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 pew.
You do just have Ozzy going pew 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 pew. Yeah.
I'm just manning the big guns just in case there's a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
Meow meow.
Right.
At the moment, we've got one of those little extendy boxing gloves on there.
Yes. The Acme glove.
Yep.
Challenge LiDAR and radar. Right. Active radar and LiDAR. Passive radar. So are you running your sensors passive or active?
Well, I'm assuming, what would you normally do?
So passive is probably what you would normally run it. If you're active, then you're pinging and you get a DM +2 to your sensors check.
Passive.
But they'd be able to detect that.
But they also get a DM +2 in their sensor checks as well. Yes.
Because you're chiming out.
What I would say though is so for you to know where and be in a position to actually detect it with passive radar. So you have passive LiDAR and radar. In order for you both to pick each other up, you need to be at no greater than medium range, which is 10,000 kilometers.
Oh, we're going to be
Well, I
well
thought they were
beyond that in no time.
5,000. I thought they were 5,000 away when we come out, so
From
they
the
will
station.
see us initially.
Okay, so at 5,000, right. Then let's see if they do sense you then. So I'm going to make a roll for... Let's have a look. I need to find the right. Doobie-doo. What do sensors come under? It's electronics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. So they're on passive, not active.
Oh,
Okay. Do you and you've spotted them, so you're currently at medium range. Glisten Pearl to Garnet. Please respond.
that'd be Carver, wouldn't it?
I mean, they spotted us, so
Oh wait, no, they wouldn't know who you are. They would not know who you are. So Glisten Pearl to ship leaving orbit. Please respond and identify.
Pew pew pew. Pew.
pew 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 pew.
What was our original name? It was the something Phoenix, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
what
your
was the?
That's your other ship is the Sybaris Phoenix.
Yeah.
Sybaris Phoenix.
Yeah, let's respond with that.
Yeah.
Sara's Phoenix.
Sabari's
On
Phoenix.
Gotta say, have we not got a dodgy transponder?
No, you had a dodgy transponder. Oh no, that's a different game. Completely different game.
Yeah, let's respond because it was a similar configuration ship as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Looked
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Let's
Okay.
respond with that on a passenger and freight mission. On our way to where did we say we were going?
Melia.
Melion.
Acknowledged. Please be advised, we are operating under jurisdiction of Imperial Navy. Please slow down and approach. Prepare for boarding. We are searching for a wanted, armed and dangerous fugitive.
Negative. We're not on an Imperial space here. We're on a tight run. If we'll catch up with the Imperial patrols in Melior, I'm sure they'll be happy to scan us then.
Ooh.
Fuck you. You ain't in Imperial space, and you're just a cargo ship.
Ooh.
We're not in your jurisdiction.
We don't need your stinking badges.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. How do you want? Okay, give me a persuade roll.
Persuade roll. Okay.
However, I'm gonna give you a +1 DM.
Being so confident.
Doesn't mean I won't fuck up the roll, guys. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. Oh, marginal success here.
Marginal success. There is a pause. And as this pause happens, obviously you're probably now passing you've probably passed the point where you're level with them. And now, every pause is like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 15 kilometers as you kind of move further and further out. Noted. We will send note forward to Melion. To Melior, sorry, to ensure that you are stopped.
More than happy to comply once we're in Imperial space.
So, a couple of things that you know. First and foremost, there is no concept of parsec communication. So, for them to send something to Melia, they would have to travel. Yes, yep. Or they would have to You can broadcast locally, and then you would hope that it gets picked up and then added to a
mail shunt.
Basically, a mail system. So it would be at least a week.
Do you want to radio back and say, do you want to pay us to take that mail for you?
Well, I was literally thinking exactly that. Happy to take it for 1,000 credits. We'll let them know.
It will be at least a week before that can actually happen.
Strange question for a cruise ship.
As you getting a response?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Poke the bear. Poke the bear.
Do you want to poke the bear?
No. Screw you.
What did this ship? What did this ship have on it? Can anybody remember? Let's have a look.
It had more than enough armament.
Yeah.
To make my eyebrows raise when I got on it.
Triple pop-up turret with pulse lasers *6.
Yeah. A load of sandcasters, a load of other stuff as well.
We can attach ourselves to the hull, we'll be fine.
Doesn't have torpedoes though, so you're fine. Okay. The glisten continues to ping you on active sensor until you exceed that 10,000 kilometer range. At which point its sensors just cannot reach you.
That's fine. We'll wait till it launches deck of fighters.
Doesn't seem to change its orbit though. It continues in its orbit. Doesn't seem to break orbit and sort of turn and head towards you.
Looks like Mercedes is of more of interest than us.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how she handles things.
I'm sure she'll be fine. How many people do you know with a built into a mountain railway complex that goes to a ship?
Only
Not many.
That last doctor I knew, Dr. Evil.
Well, quite.
Active radar. So if you switch to active, actually they can track you out beyond 50 kilometers, but don't have a clue as to.
Well, we know it's a slow ass ship, so we know we're accelerating away.
Yep.
That's hard.
Okay. Sort of an hour and a half-ish, 2 hours later, you break that 100 distance, allowing you to consider the jump.
Right. So what's the plan now? Are we going to jump and then refuel at Binges and do the long way around, or are we going to fuel scoop? We can always start refining now, can't we, before we jump?
Yeah.
And then that will half our refine time for the whole load.
Well, query, are we better jumping to Binges? That's going to take a week, right?
Yep.
Refueling, and then it'll be multiple weeks before we can get to Lydia.
Yes.
Or if we're out of range, should we just do some refining now and go straight to Lydia?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a positive because we don't have to take long to refuel because we're already 3/4 full, aren't we?
Looking at the system map, yeah, we are 3/4 full. That's what he said.
2/3.
2/3.
Oh, 2/3, sorry, yeah.
We've got probably about 12, 13 tons on us, I guess.
But the longer we take to get there, more chance of us getting spotted if they're trying to track us down.
Well, how long does it take to refine roughly 8 to 10 units of fuel?
about 12 hours. It takes 24 to do the whole lot, doesn't it?
Okay.
Don't know.
So first and foremost, in order to get to
Because we've got 2 fuel processors and a fuel scoop.
yeah, I think technically it's one fuel. It's one fuel processor, but it's capable of processing double. Very strange. Hang on, let's have a look.
Don't know. It says fuel processors 20 tons times 2 on the sheet.
Yeah.
It's not a far trader. It is a scout courier. Yes. Okay. So what that means is you can process 40 tons of fuel per day. So you can basically process your entire
12 pounds.
fuel requirements for a full tank for within 24 hours.
It's going to take about 4 to 6 hours to process the fuel.
Well, we've got the whole lot to process, haven't we? Because we've got the whole lot's unrefined
It's
still.
unrefined that we've got on it.
Oh.
Well, remember. So you have about 2/3 of a tank of pure unrefined fuel. That is really only enough for you to jump 1 parsec, not 2 parsecs.
So if we fill up, we've already made the astrogation roll for that, and you've got a chain bonus of 2 for the jump roll.
Yeah.
My point being, though, is why don't we just scoop some fuel, fine up to our max, and then that'll take a day tops, and we'll get there in a week and a day rather than several weeks.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do that.
And then we still have to have time to get away from the gas giant to get the distance to jump, which is
a few
50
hours.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2 gas giants out in the outer system and 1 gas giant in the inner system. You are currently in the habitable zone. So
And how long does it take to get out there? Yeah.
It's going to depend on how
Head
far
to the closest
out
one.
you want to get. Head to the closest one.
That's
Okay.
what I think.
2G, right? For the sake of argument for now, let's say it is going to take you about 96 hours to get to the closest gas giant.
Definitely out of sense of range there.
Which is what, 3 days? 4 days?
4 days.
4 days. It'll take you 4 days to
22.
get out to the closest gas giant. But by the time you get out there, refuel, you're going to need 5 days to get out there, refuel, and then you can jump. But then you can jump straight to Lydia.
Still think that's better.
It is better.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 weeks otherwise, at least.
Okay.
There's a couple of weeks rather than 3. And we won't be buying fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
just long enough for them to get to Melior, realize we're not fucking there.
And go.
Basically. So you take a fairly, I wouldn't say leisurely, you take a direct route to the closest gas giant in system. It takes about 4, just shy of 4 days to reach it. At which point, Carver will put the shit down into the atmosphere of the giant and commence fueling, which he does. Look at that. We get a spacecraft bonus. Lovely.
It all goes wrong. We end up at crush depth. We all die.
There is one of the books that I've read does actually cover the different depths and what happens when you get into them, and how far you've got to go in and what you've got to have on your ship to be able to survive the different depths of the of the gas giant.
I've done that in late, and it's not fun.
Some of the books are very complicated. So it takes you about 5 hours to fuel up the ship, after which point you spend some time, another sort of day, refining that fuel. So after sort of 5-ish days of sitting kind of in system, you have a fully fueled and ready to go ship that is full of refined fuel.
Lovely. Let's head to Lydia.
Yeah, let's get Lydia. Do you want to do another astrogation check, or can we?
Yes, because your original one was to go to Melior, so I need another check for. So this is going to be easy, and you're going to go straight to Lydia. So it's 2. So it's going to be easy with a DM -2.
Come on, boyo.
Okay, it's a success. And then we need to do the engineer J drive check, which is going to be an easy.
With a +3.
With a plus, wait, is it +3? Yeah, with easy.
I've got J drive, so
with +3.
Easy DM3, yeah.
Easy with a DM of 3, yeah. It's unlikely that you will fail. Oh God!
Oh, look at that! Even with that, it still gets +5.
Okay. Yeah, jump drives.
Learn
about those.
Somebody give me a 148 plus D66 total, please.
Go for it, Kath.
148 D6.
104. No, 66 plus 148.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, I was just testing how that works.
I hadn't even finished typing it yet. Okay.
Okay, so no,
that's quite good. That.
So about 7 days. Okay, so 7 days later, you come out of your hyperspace bubble, approximately about 110 diameters outside of the main planet of the Lydia system.
Has that given us another week of study period, by the way?
It gives you another week of study period, yeah.
Awesome.
That's a very respectable position.
What's going on here?
Where's the journal? World journals. Ooh, traveller map. Spinward marches. Lydia. Where is Lydia? There we go. Let's change that to an anchor because we like the anchor. There we go. You now find yourself in Lydia.
Right, how do I want to play this with Imperial space? Should we go to a gas giant and refuel first?
It's tempting.
So let's have a look. Lydia has 2 gas giants, 0 planetary belts, 11 other worlds. What is the wiki telling me about Lydia?
Very unimportant.
Not a lot of people. Trace atmosphere. But basically about our current technology level.
But we're not going to Lydia. We're going to thingy marches, aren't we? Twilight marches. Not Twilight marches. Twilight Peak.
Yeah, Twilight Peak, which is just a location on the primary planet of Lydia.
Oh, okay.
It's a mountain, I presume.
Yeah.
Yes. Lydia, okay, so Lydia is a binary star system. The primary is a turbulent red giant. The secondary is a red main sequence. There are 8 secondary rocky worlds, 2 gas giants, and a main system.
The most important thing I've seen on here is no prohibitions.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Loaded for bear, please.
You want to go loaded for bear. There are 90,000 people that live. It's a non-industrial world. So again, interesting. The majority of people live in a natural cavern system. Tech level 7. Early video and satellite. Let's have a look. Where is Lydia? So it's an E-class planetary. So it's an E-class star thing. So so your choices would be a very poor starport. There's probably no downport here, which you should be able to get unrefined fuel from. Or you can travel, again, for several days out to one of the gas giants and fuel up your ship there.
I'd rather do that because then we're not leaving a footprint at the starport.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We do, however, give them longer to track us down. But I do like the idea of being ready to go before we're detected.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing. We can just jump out of system if need be.
And if it's 2 days out to a gas giant to get unrefined fuel, then the 2 days coming back, we can refine it. So we're hitting the starport fully loaded up.
Yeah, with refined fuel, which would be brilliant.
Okay.
And we're not hitting the starport anyway. We're going straight down to planet side, aren't we?
You are going straight down to planet side, yeah. Okay, that is all good. Okay, so you spend another sort of 5 days traveling out to one of the gas giants, fueling up, and then kind of heading back to Lydia. You are able to refine your fuel as you do so. And so by the time you're approaching Lydia's atmosphere, you are in a fully fueled and jump-capable, jump-ready ship.
Very good.
So probably takes you less than about 10 minutes. How big is the planet? The planet is 4,800 kilometers. It's going to take you about 5 minutes from entering atmosphere down to the planet's surface. Maybe a little bit longer, but not by much. So arriving down at the planet's surface, you begin to look for a tall peak with a large crater in its vicinity. Does somebody want to give...
Facing the sun with dark behind.
Yes, correct. Give me somebody give me a navigation roll.
Astronavigation or just navigation?
Navigation.
That would be
evil again.
Okay, I will attempt to do that. What difficulty?
Standard 8.
Trying to find it. Go on, you can do your alphabet, Dave.
And the Malay.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Okay. It takes you a couple of hours of kind of fairly leisurely flying, searching, as you kind of sit in the sort of high up atmosphere or just before you reach atmosphere, you obviously can circumnavigate the globe and spot where, because it's a very thin atmosphere, there's no real clouds and things kind of blocking your view. So you can kind of spot and plot out some areas that look like they have large mountainous ranges or individual peaks. It takes you a couple of hours, but you home in on what you think is the most likely candidate for the area that you are approaching.
Is there any other spaceship or starship in the crater? Because I'm guessing that Mercedes will have to put down somewhere.
Well, I think what we're going to do is, as you kind of head for what you think is is the correct location, and the location of the possible location of the base, I think we're going to call it a night there, so that I can be a little bit better prepared next week for this bit. Because I was expecting you to have a firefight with a bunch of mercenaries, but you chose to run instead.
Yeah.
But then Traveller is deadly in a firefight. So if you do get caught up in a firefight, you might not be walking away from it. Okay.
So instead, this ancient's base is going to be active and have defenses and shoot us out the sky. That's why he doesn't want us to land.
Doesn't shoot you out the sky, trust me. I also need to figure out how the hell I'm going to do this because the maps are really weird. So I need to kind of go through how the base is, how you encounter the base, and then figure out the right way to map it out so that you've got maps and things that you can utilize as you need them. But we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out for next week. So yeah, so we'll leave it there as you're heading down into Lydia's atmosphere. So far, you believe you have got scot-free and away from the from Omnicom division, and are all going down.
Going down with the chip.
Going down indeed. Hope you enjoyed tonight. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome, bud. Thank
No
you.
worries.
We've got some painting.
Cool. I will see you all later.